Hey, real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga. What's going on, Joey?
What's going on?
Hey, it's good to have your voice back on here.
Yes, I'm excited.
Got the cord plugged in and ready to rock?
That's right. We got a lot of comments saying that they missed me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Where'd those comments go?
My never mind.
Oh, it was from your family.
My family.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I thought so. Hey, we got a great guest with us in the house. That's Lori Gelder Group with ProSmart Realty. Welcome, Lori.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Kinder Ashford and Beth Ramirez with Security Title to get you in here.
Yes,
they're awesome,
amazing team. I'm surrounded by amazing individuals.
Yeah, they're cool. Cool. Also, shout out to sponsors Security Title Agency, of course, and Fidelity National Home Warranty. If you haven't tried them, give them a shot. Yes. All right. So let's jump into it. Why don't you first introduce yourself and let the agents that are listening or watching know how long you've been in real estate and what got you into it to start with.
Okay, so I actually, I'm Lori Gelder with the Lori Gelder Group at ProSmart, just like Jeff said. I've actually been in real estate for over 16 years. I started in the lending world and transitioned into a real estate agent about 7 years ago. So I absolutely love what I do. It's been fun. I got licensed in 2007, so I know the math doesn't add up, but I took a little bit of a break. We have a special needs kiddo, so needed to put some time and effort into making everything great at the house and then joining the real world again. So right now is crazy. Everyone knows it's crazy.
Yeah.
And
well, it was crazy back when you worked in the lending side too, right?
Oh, yes.
I mean, you went through the whole 05, 07.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know everyone wants to make the comparison. The difference, I think, right now is we have so many people moving into Arizona.
Yep.
So
population growth.
It is. And so every 1 to 2 people that move out, 6 are moving in. So at 2005 and 2006, we didn't have that. We were kind of still like that hidden state that everyone really wasn't moving. But we have so many corporations moving in now. So because our taxes are lower, it's cheaper to purchase here in that commercial atmosphere. So I think what's happening is with all those companies moving, we just have a big shift. And then a lot of people right now can work from home.
Right.
Will that come to an end? I'm sure. But, it's like I laugh at how many people are really coming here? Mm-hmm. A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, no one can really hide anymore. We're ranked as one of the number 1 states to move to. Mm-hmm. So people are going to keep coming.
I wonder why.
Weather, school system, and the cost of living for a lot of
people.
It's
so hot.
Well, I know you don't.
I mean, anything above 90 just sucks.
Yeah, but that's the only natural disaster that we have, though, right?
That is true. Yeah.
Well, lack of water at some point.
Well, that's true.
There's lots of water.
Yes.
Just not here.
Yeah. So I guess if you can't take the heat, stay out of Arizona.
Yeah.
I
know.
No, but I think you're getting a lot of people that are paying high taxes and other things on the East Coast. I have a lot of people from Chicago right now. I know everyone wants to say California, but I'm getting more people from the East Coast in Chicago.
Really?
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
Have they been here for a summer yet?
No. But they love house hunting right now. They're like, it's so beautiful. I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Give it another week or two.
Yeah. Wait till you step out of your vehicle and your high heels actually go into the pavement.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always great.
So how are you getting clients from Chicago and the East Coast then?
So it's funny. I'm about 95% referral. So I am strict referral, and it's a friend of a friend. I'm a firm believer in customer service. I treat everyone exactly the same. I pride myself on customer service. My clients are everything to me. They all become like family. I love getting to know them, and I just think it's like such a great opportunity, and it's an honor to be part of someone's largest transaction in their life. You should be honored that you're a part of their journey.
Got it.
Customer service used to be always said back then, like, well, yeah, we have to have good customer service, but today it's like there's not a lot of good customer service. So to actually mention that is like, oh yeah, that's right.
Well, I think the problem is when people get busy, they forget the small things. And I refuse to forget who got me where I was today. And so I think you treat everyone as you wish to be treated. And I understand it's busy. I'm exhausted. I mean, I'll admit it, but I'm not going to portray that onto anybody that I'm doing business with.
Yeah.
I'm still going to meet them. I'm still going to take my time. There's times I don't get home until 9:40. I have 4 kids. Getting home at 9, 10 o'clock at night is not what we really want to do. But right now, you're getting pushed to going into different cities because of the cost of living. So if I am having to go, further out and it's an hour and a half drive back home, it is what it is. I mean, people are getting pushed in all different directions to afford what they want.
Right.
And these are clients that, their kids are out of the house now, they're downsizing, they want that 6-7 car garage, but they don't want to pay $1.2 million in Chandler. It's more like $2.5 million in Chandler. But
Wow.
Yeah. Well, even with we were talking about real estate agents. You need to answer your phones, right?
Yes.
And I think professionalism has kind of just dropped as well.
It is. I think it's because when it's busy, people take it for granted, and it should never be taken for granted because no matter what, it takes a split second to ruin your reputation.
That's right.
So let's not take anything for granted. Let's answer the phone and let's be kind and courteous to other professionals in the business. Let's also, take into consideration there's so many new agents that have listings and they don't know as much because you kind of learned that through other transactions. So a lot of these offers that are getting accepted really aren't a golden offer for your sellers.
Yeah.
So you're seeing 30% come back on the market because that really wasn't a true offer to begin with. There's lots of big companies right now going way over list price, straight cash, and they're going to buy it in 5 to 10 days and close. First off, if it has an HOA, that's not going to happen. It's at least a 2-week for title and other things to get the HOA under control.
That's right.
But what it is it's not going to be able to close fast, and they're the first ones to back out. They're the first ones to back out as a large corporation because they have 20 to 30 other offers going on, and if they don't have an investor that's going to buy that house, they back out. It's not even their own money they're using.
Yeah, you're talking wholesalers.
I
here, right?
am, but they have corporation names now, so you don't really, and they're newer, and they're going to usually hold them and rent them out, so they all will become rentals, which is fine. We need more rentals, but also they're kind of cutting out the family that's shopping in Arizona that needs to live in Chandler or Gilbert or other areas because their kids are going to school here.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to see the kind of that first time home buyer or that young family that's just getting started, right? Push way out, like Santan Valley, Maricopa.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole thing again. Because I know
I
that
just
happened
got
back in
goosebumps.
04, 05.
I just
right?
got,
I mean, I know a lot of people that bought in Maricopa because that's all they could afford.
And I'm seeing that a lot. I mean, the average price right now in Chandler and Gilbert is about $370,000. That's a lot to ask for a first-time first-time home buyer, especially if they're having children and one's going to stay at home. Like they can't do it. So the problem though with Santan Valley, when I just did a search under $300,000, there were 2 houses.
Wow.
So there's not even houses out there. Now you're going to go into Casa Grande, you're going to go into Maricopa, and it's just the school systems are getting there. They're not there yet, and people aren't willing to budge their kids' education.
Yeah.
So they're selling, or they're going into a rental, or they're just throwing in the towel. They're like, we're just going to stay in our rental because now is not the time.
Well, the rentals are high too, though.
The rentals are about $1.25 a square foot.
Yeah.
So the rentals are extremely high, and you're not getting that much for your money. I mean, it's ridiculous how much rentals are right now.
Yeah. Sounds like we need a bunch of people to decide to sell, take all that money that they made, and move to a lower cost of living area.
Yes.
Kind of
I'm
like
just
someone
saying.
we
It's a
know.
good plan.
I'm just saying. I mean, but really, if you think about it, there are people sitting on 250, 300,000 equity in some of these houses. If they were to sell, and it's been their primary, I'm not a tax professional, but I mean, there's not taxation on that gain as a capital gain anyway. So somebody could be sitting with 250,000, 300,000 or more in the bank if they decide to do something different. I mean, somebody can do like the RV life or something like that, because we've seen a lot of people do that, right? They sell they're empty nesters, they sell the house, they buy an RV, they travel.
Yes.
Maybe we just need a lot more people to make a life change like that.
And now's the time to do it. But if you think of it, people kind of want to compare this to the crash. But the difference with now and the crash is almost everyone has equity right now. So there's a big equity position in everyone's, portfolio. And
Right.
so if the banks ever took it back, do you really think the banks are going to foreclose on it? Absolutely not. They're going to sell
they're
it
gonna sell it.
and make 30%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if anyone even looks into the lending guidelines, you have to give your, hair sample and fingernails to get a loan. It's not like you have a heartbeat, like as it was when I was a lender. Like you had a heartbeat, you could say, oh yeah, you absolutely can buy the $650,000 house. Oh, you only make $45,000. That's okay. We can go stated.
Yeah. Here's a mirror. Breathe.
Yes.
All right.
You're approved.
Ninja. It's a ninja. It's a ninja loan.
There you go. Yeah. So it's a completely different time. The problem is people are finding Arizona. People are finding Arizona. Corporations are finding Arizona.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of people moving here, but we also have a ton of land in different areas. There's a lot of places in the West Valley. There's a lot of places near Santan. You're getting more commercialization going out there. So there's, really good areas. It's just people are kind of stuck in where they want to be. But again, it's also commute to work and other things.
So the big question then, I think, is how long could we be in this rut, right? Because we were talking about new builds earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, they're quoting 12 to 24 months out minimum,
Absolutely.
I would think, at this point. I don't remember which builder it was that sent out a notice to people saying if you wanted to get your deposit back, we'll do that, because they were pushing it out another 6 to 12 months. It just seems like if it's going to take that long to build and get houses done, how do we see any I guess any softening of the market or any more listings available if the builders can't keep up?
And that's the thing. Right now, construction, thank your construction workers. Thank these guys that are putting in all these long hours. People want to yell at their general contractor. They want to get angry and upset. I am in the middle of 2 huge remodels because I also help clients find a home and remodel it and make it their dream home. Mm-hmm. So we've had a lot of hiccups. We've a lot of, everything kind of delayed. This product isn't coming in. This product isn't coming in. But here's the thing. With COVID, there was a lot of things that kind of got pushed off, a lot of things that weren't made in the United States. So it just set everything back. It set so many things back. But to sit and yell and try to make the construction world move faster is not going to help. We were talking about the cost of lumber. That $6 piece of wood is now $60. So everyone's like, why are the home prices going up? Why is this? Now the general contractor is telling me it's going to be 10, 20 more thousand, 50 more. Yeah, because his cost went up. It's not like they're making more money. Yeah. They're working longer hours. They're stressed out, and they're not making more money.
Yeah, I made a killing last weekend. I sat outside of Fry's with some with boxes of toothpicks, and man, I was selling them like no, I'm just teasing.
It's like I was selling them for $2 a toothpick.
No, it's definitely out of control.
I bought them all and I doubled the price.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the hand sanitizer.
Yeah, for sure.
Toilet paper and everything.
So
Great.
the thing is with that, with new builds, so all those homes have to close, right? Mm-hmm. And if they're in a builder say luxury builder like Toll Brothers, if they're in Toll Brothers already has this 6 to 10 draw. So these people are already in hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're going to close on that house. So that house, say that house is $1.5 million. So you're still going to get those high sales closing in a year or two. So everyone thinks I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to wait for the market to calm down. Okay, the prices aren't going to calm down. Okay, there might be more on the market in a little bit, but we're going to see those prices still increase because you have new builds closing, you have bidding wars, you have people going $70,000 to $100,000 over on a $400,000 house. Let's be realistic. Yeah. And so when those closes, that drives up again. So every month we're at a 6 to 8% increase. This is crazy, but it's people are going higher and higher. The beginning of this year, it was $5,000 or $10,000 over. I just got outbidded by $80,000. Are you kidding me? The house is $400,000.
Wow.
So it's hard, and it's hard to keep your buyer from getting upset. But the good thing with me is hey, we can renovate. We can make this other house just as good as that house, and you're not going to go $80,000 over.
Right.
So kind of you have to take
You
everything
might put
into
the $80,000 into the house, but you're getting it. But you're getting it at a much
and
lower
you might have delays.
entry point.
Yeah, some delays. Exactly.
Or $100,000, right?
But we can paint.
Or more. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. So, as far as what about? So you were in the mortgage business before, right?
Yes.
So there's a lot of talk also about interest rates.
Yes.
Do you think that if we see interest rates go up, and I know, Cromford Report, Tina over there talks about how interest rates really don't have a direct correlation with home prices,
but they do.
But it does have a correlation with what price point buyers are looking in, right? So you see all the buyers kind of move down the ladder to the lower price points if interest rates are going up.
Yeah, so I love Dr. Lawrence Yun. So when I listen to him,
he's the chief economist for
NAR. Yes.
Okay.
So he is like one of my I love his economy reports because it's all over the country. So kind of what he's saying is the rates are still going to be good, and even in 2022, we're going to see about 4 1/8, probably the high. So rates are still good. When I was lending, I mean, you're talking about 7, 8%.
Exactly.
I remember when it went down to 6.5%. We're like, oh my goodness!
Call everybody.
Yeah, and now it's like what 2.75 on a 30-year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I laugh that people are like, well, I wish I would have got 2.25.
I know.
It's 2.7. So but the thing is that I think a lot of people aren't taking into consideration is talk to your CPA, because they get so caught up in this rate, but talk about what that rate can do and a benefit to writing off or kind of, balancing out other parts of your tax return. Like, get your CPA involved and say, instead of like 2.75, if I'm at 3% and I'm going up to this price point, because people don't realize when your rate's not that high, there's interest in other things that just aren't going to balance out incomes, and we keep getting changes on what we can and can't do on tax breaks.
Yeah, like right now.
Yeah.
I mean, with the standard deduction the way it is,
the
majority of people in the entire U.S. will not be able to deduct their interest on the mortgage because there's no need to.
No, and that's what I'm saying. So, don't freak out. Always talk to a financial advisor or CPA. Like, make sure everything makes sense for you.
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
It's just a huge purchase. It's not like you're just going to go drop $500,000 anywhere and not worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big deal.
Disclaimer again, I'm not a tax professional. I only play one on TV.
Nor am I.
Oh, gosh. So I understand the pricing, and that's something that I think Cromford was talking about too. I listened in on something they did the other day, and even though we might see the CMI, or the Cromford Market Index, right, coming down over this year, doesn't mean prices are coming down.
No.
It just means that it's not quite as hot a market as it was 2 months ago or what have you, right? Now, all this also is barring any major economic issue that we see on a national level, which is what I think potentially could happen that would cause not necessarily collapse or anything, but I mean to cause things to calm down a little bit, and it may just something might have to happen like that to get it to kind of reset and let us get back kind of to normal and stop all this freaking out. But
well, exactly. Like, everyone needs to look at the graphs and the stats of the housing market. There's always ups, there's always downs. So but when people wait for a down, it usually costs money. So people are like, oh, I wish I would have, like, I have people that sold 2 years ago, like, man, I wish I would have sold this year. Okay, but you would buy high too.
Exactly.
So it's like, don't think of what could have, should have been. It all works out, but I'm with you. Like, is there going to be some shift? Is there going to be some change? Like, I know the Fed Reserve, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? It might, but the thing is, we're tied to the 10-year more so than the Fed Reserve and the rates. So, yep, things could happen, things could shift, but at the same time, the market always corrects itself. So it might be high right now, but what's making it just insane are these ridiculous offers and bidding wars. Like, and it's to the point, Jeff, I tell my clients, I'm sorry, it's not worth it. You're going to bid 80, you know what I mean? It's not worth it. Like, that's not going to help you in the long run. And it's crazy that that's what you're seeing right now, as Arizona families are getting pushed out and corporations are buying them to make them a rental. Yeah. It's just sad.
Yeah, we've heard that from a couple guests now, that they feel bad for the first-time buyer. That person that just wants to get started.
For sure. And I think as listing agents, look closely at every offer. Like, look closely. Like, do research. Like, I know everyone wants more money in their pocket. I get it. But how selfish can we be? Like, there are families that are in need, and I'm not saying give your house away, but seriously, 80,000 over? I mean, come on. Like, I see right now what I'm seeing a lot of greed. A lot of greed. And I get it. Like, we do what's best for our clients, and I 100% understand. But at the same time, educate your clients. Educate your list, your sellers, educate your buyers. It's a lot of hand holding right now, and it's a lot of patience, and it will work out. But right now, it's like clients have to do 9-10 offers before they get a house.
Yep.
Yeah, and who knows where it's going to stop.
Yes.
Who knows?
And that's if they are willing to drive to other places.
Right.
Because in the city that they want, there's probably only 4 listings.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. So, I guess we can move on to a different topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know we could sit here and talk about that forever.
Yes.
You're the Lori Gelder group now.
Yes, I am.
So, you want to share a little bit about your team, or?
Yes, I have an amazing agent under me, Jillian Osborne, and she is absolutely fabulous. And it took me 2 years to find someone that I was comfortable with, kind of bringing someone on, because when you're solo for so long, for 16 years I was solo, so it was very hard to kind of let go of the reins. But it's when you find that right person, what a comfort! Like there's no worries if I can't go and show someone a house and she goes. Like there's no stress over it. It's like I took my time hiring, because that's one thing I talk to major teams. I'm like, what's the biggest regret? The biggest regret was bad hire, like bad hires.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to make a move over being stressed out, because I admit there was years where I was stressed out and I'm like, I cannot handle everything. Like, this is a lot. I want everyone to feel like they have my, individual attention. And when I'm learning to let go and kind of give reins, what a great feeling, like to know that you're like so supported. I mean, I have a great title company, I have great lenders, I have a great team, but to have that support with another agent is just great.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
Well, good.
Yes.
Stress lifted off your shoulders.
Stress
right?
is lifted. It is lifted. I mean, it is, but the market, then it comes and sits on your shoulders and it weighs you back down.
Yeah.
Well, it won't be that way forever, right?
No, it won't. Enjoy it while you have it, everyone,
That's
though.
right.
That's the thing. That's one thing I'm not complaining about it. I am very grateful for where we are today. I'm very grateful people love the state of Arizona and they're moving here. Welcome to Arizona. Like, amazing. We're glad to have you. We're glad to have so many different cultures and everyone joining us. Like, it's a great thing for Arizona. But at the same time, I'm just having a hard time with corporations coming in and buying a lot of homes and keeping them as rentals. And, that's my fear. That's my fear is I just still want that nice family living and, just not everyone pushed everywhere.
Yeah. All right. What's something that has made the biggest impact on your real estate business and your success?
I think being able to learn and adapt and being coachable. So I'm a firm believer. I love Brian Buffini. I think it's the accent, but I mean, I do like him. He's Irish.
Irishman.
Yes, but kind of learning, because I was coached my whole life because I was an athlete. So, it's funny, when you're younger, you're coached and you're fine with it. When you get older, you're like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm awesome. And then you realize, okay, I might need a little help, So learning from others, but also not being afraid to call like successful teams and ask them. There's some teams that do not ever want to talk to you. I've learned that the hard way. And I was like, wow, because I'm such a giver that I have no problem with anyone sitting down with me and being like, hey, like, what about this? Can you give me advice on this? Or can I pick your brain on this? And I have no problem giving that advice. But to actually like dedicate and like read and research and become a professional in your industry, but also take advice from other people. Like, what were their failures? What were their success? Because you can learn every day. And I love learning. I love reading. And I love being better who I was than yesterday, So I think that's like what I love, is that I'm better every day.
Got it. All right. No, that's awesome.
What's the advantage? Because you and I were talking before we were starting to shoot. You were talking about you love stats.
Yes.
I mean, do you feel that that's pretty important? And why?
I do. I've always been a number person. I don't know why. Like it's like strange. Like you think I would have stayed in the lending world, but I also I think I have a little bit of ADD where I'm like, I got to get out of this office. So I think that's where real estate happens. But I love the stats and to kind of see where other economies are shifting and what's shifting here and why. I remember seeing the stat a couple years ago that Arizona's rent was getting too high for people to afford it. So, and then sure enough, then the housing prices started increasing. Like, so you see a lot of stats and trends, but I think that helps you know your market. And what helps me, maybe people aren't numbers oriented and they don't like that, but I love to see like the numbers and the changes in the economy. I love listening to people who study it, like Dr. Yoon. Like I think that makes me better because I know where I'm at and I know where the market's at.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge tool for people that are buying because they'll be like, well, what about this area? You're now getting people asking you about Maricopa. Like, what about Casa Grande? Like, what about, so because people are getting pushed. So know the stats in other places. Don't just be, I don't want to say stubborn, but don't be set in your ways. I see a lot of agents that have been in business a long time. They're very set in their way and they're not very, open booked. There's no communication.
Yeah.
It's just like, be open and like kind of know where the market and everything's going.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you know how much to share with a client when it comes to statistics? I mean, how do you know? Okay, maybe I shouldn't
Scare them.
Well, well, not necessarily scare, I guess.
Overwhelm them.
Overwhelm them to the point of confusion, right?
I typically don't bring up stats. I'll do videos and other things on it, just so everyone can hear, people that want to hear it. But when they start asking more questions, in-depth questions, and when I know the answers, they're like, oh. I'm like, yeah, so this is what's happening over here. And they're like, okay, well, that's good to know. I mean, and it's good to know where major corporations are going into as well. So, but when you can give, it's kind of like when they're asking, I would say. I don't just, spew off stats because some people, like you said, are very turned off by it.
Right.
And some people don't care.
Yeah. I think a lot of people probably don't care.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right. Anything else before we move to the next segment?
No.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
To get in the ring.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All right. What do you think the reason is that many agents are not successful?
I would say, again, adapting, learning, and being able to be coached. You get newer agents that come into the business, and it's booming. So they're like, I can do that. This is easy. I can do that. People don't ever see what goes on behind the scenes. They really think we open up a house and that's it. They think you get your license and someone calls you. That is not how it is. Almost all of us full-time agents know each other. We've all dealt with each other. And I think what has made us successful, you're driven. You have to be self-driven every day. You have to wake up loving what you do, conquer it, sit down, I meditate, I plan my day out mentally, and I can just go from there.
Have a structure, right?
You have to. You have to have a structure. You have to have goals. I just see a lot of people just kind of wing it. I've been there, like my first couple years.
Same here.
Yeah. So, I was lucky. I was fortunate. But then I was like, it was running me. I wasn't running a business. The business was running me.
Yeah.
And that was the wake-up call. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I was just spinning. I was like a little hamster spinning. There was nothing that was set. So as soon as I learned that trick, it's like you just skyrocket.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about a book recommendation?
Atomic Habits.
Atomic
Yeah, have you read it?
Habits. I don't think so.
Yeah, that was a
Who
good
wrote
one.
that?
I'm trying to think of who the author is.
That's okay. We'll find it.
Yeah,
Atomic Habits.
that was the one. I mean, there was another one I just read, but it has a swear word in the title, so I'll tell you guys off.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think that would be like beep, 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 beep.
Well, we could beep it, I guess.
Yeah.
Beep
No,
it.
Atomic Habits was very good. It was a very easy read. It's just basically, again, it's kind of resetting your mindset. And he was an athlete as well. And it's just like, how do you get other people to kind of create habits? Because habits, once you create them and you wake up at 6 a.m. and you set a meditation or you set words of affirmation, once you do that and you keep doing it, it becomes your routine. So everyone has their own routine. Some people stay up late and they get up later. That's fine. Just find your own routine. Don't mimic. Just do your own thing. Be you.
All right. How about, you said you're an athlete, so what was your favorite sport, or is your favorite sport
Track.
to compete in? Okay. And what's your favorite sport to sit down and have a beer over?
Track.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
No, but I love football.
Okay.
I love football.
Go Chiefs.
Yes,
No.
Patrick
Go
Mahomes.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Well, Cardinals they're getting good. They're getting good.
We've been saying that forever.
Yeah, but
They're really getting good this time.
There's lots of changes.
There
They're getting
are.
other people.
Yes,
They're,
sir.
their coach is kind of getting everyone. I think, you need a leader. And I think some people in any, industry, they get tired of leading.
Yeah.
So I think we just had that at the Cardinals. And I think now we have a younger
Yes.
coach, and he wants to lead.
And we got a great quarterback.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
Kyler.
do.
He's good.
Yeah.
He is. He's good. He looks like a nice guy too. So it's like let's cheer him on. Like he'll get there. Everyone's young. Everyone's learning, but I think he has the drive. He has the drive for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're gonna sit and watch a beer, I think it always is kind of football.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a beer or two, it's I'm definitely. I don't think I've ever done that over a tennis match. So
Or track.
I think, yeah. Well, no track I've had.
Yeah.
So what do you do in track when you were doing track? Were you doing track?
I did,
Okay.
but I wasn't so I have a kid that's amazing at track.
Okay.
I was not at this level today. I'm from a very small town in Michigan, so I thought I was good. And then I transitioned more into like cheerleading and dance and stuff. But I really thought I was like this great athlete until I went to a bigger city and just got smoked every year.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so I'm not good.
I thought I was.
I was really good. And then you go and compete at a bigger revenue,
Yeah,
and you
bigger pond.
I know. And at one race, I was like, should I continue? Like, should I go down? And they're like, yeah,
Oh,
you
no.
really should. I mean, left in the dust. Yeah.
Wow.
But again, it's how you perceive. Like, do you learn from it, or do you just roll over? I learned. I'm definitely not the best, but it's like I was happy with what I was doing.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But my kid is amazing.
Awesome.
Yes. Yes.
And competes
track.
in what?
He's 800 and 400.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know whoever wants to do the 800.
Yeah.
Just so you listeners, if you don't know, that's twice around the whole track. Not one, 2 times.
Yeah.
Half a mile.
No, I was always done around 100.
Yeah. Same. I'm more of a sprinter, and it's funny because I am 5'3", so I'm not big. Hurdles.
Hurdles.
Wow.
I have good hops, and I still do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I still
cool.
have really good, and I'm laughing. I mean, I might tear something going up, but hey, I'm going to nail it. No one will know. I will not hop to my car. It'll be full walking normal, and then I'll be like
That's
crying
funny.
in the car. No one's going to see me cry.
no one-
no
you
one's going
can't
to see me
really
cry.
All right. Final question. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Who do you think has a better chance to go to the Super Bowl? Kansas City Chiefs or Arizona Cardinals?
Cardinals, baby.
Those are my only 2 teams?
Yes.
Well, who's your favorite
Okay,
team?
you can say who you think would.
Well, I can't say my favorite team because they've been awful for years. I'm from Detroit.
Oh,
Okay, you can pick
Sorry.
somebody else
Yeah,
besides
I know, right?
besides those two. I guess you can pick somebody else.
Who do I feel? I mean, honestly, out of those 2 teams,
I thought that was an easy one.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Arizona.
Yes.
I just think they're getting fresh blood. I think they're
I
getting.
think we can make a wager after this.
Yes, we can. I think I might win. I just think they're making good changes. Change is always good.
Yeah.
People, not everyone likes change, but change is good.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they're a little bit more
I'd
competitive.
like to
for sure.
wager. I'd wager that the Cardinals will have a better record
Yes.
than.
I'll go look at the.
Ooh, I don't know
look
about-
at who they play. What's my team called?
I don't think I don't know.
I think.
Did you
they
see
will.
all the things they've done in the offseason? The Chiefs?
Well,
They
no.
built a whole new line. They are going to dominate.
That's why they're going to lose.
They're going to dominate.
I don't know. Brady said he's coming back.
Brady is gone.
Yeah, he will. They
Oh.
might make it.
I mean, I can't. What? He's 44 now, still going.
He's-
Yeah.
I don't know if he's ever had a
I
big
think he's-
injury.
I think he eats a lot of veggies.
He does. He's actually mainly vegetarian.
It's amazing that we're here to witness the
I
greatest.
know.
you
It's
know?
crazy.
It's awesome.
Anyway.
So that was easy. I thought it was going to be like a crazy, like personal.
Oh, Joe, you have a personal question?
I don't. No, she's got
Oh,
bigger.
good.
She has bigger arms than I do. So.
That's my outlet. An hour a day, like 45 minutes, an hour of in the gym, because you really shouldn't have your phone. Like no one really should. You don't need a selfie there. It's okay. But like that is my mental escape. That's why I loved sports, and I was always the girl in high school and college at the gym. It was my 1 hour where I could just mentally just be done, and you just don't think.
Yeah.
And so that is like, I think everyone needs to find an hour a day of outlet, whatever it is, you know,
Right.
especially right now, because it's
right.
just, it's been rough. You know, 2020 was rough, and then with this market, it's rough. So I think everyone needs to take time for themselves.
Yeah, I was going to say that because
Absolutely.
as busy it is as it is right now,
Yeah.
as agents and investors and all that. I mean, I make the excuse, oh, I'm so busy, but then I have to find, even if it's just half an hour,
Yes,
to do something.
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
Even if it's a walk, like, don't take your phone. You're not that important. I promise you. I mean, trust me. I love it that it goes off all the time. But you're not that important. Take 30 minutes, take your kids for a walk. I walk my dog, and my kids come with me, and I don't bring a phone, and it's just like peace, quiet. Get a membership at a gym that's just classes where you can't bring your phone in.
There you go.
And if you know what I mean? Because the larger box gyms, everyone's like selfieing. So it's like, you know, like go somewhere where you're forced to shut down. Shut your brain down. If you don't know how to meditate, there's apps like, everyone needs an outlet right now, because you can't keep going full speed. You're going to hit a wall.
Yeah.
You're going to hit a wall. Like, you can't do it.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it. I think, you know, Lori, I think you and I, at least, if it came down to arm wrestling, we could probably win some contracts
Oh,
Probably
for our
could.
clients. Boom.
We could.
If it were only that easy.
But I want to go in my own weight division.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
want, like, I don't think that's fair.
I
I don't
wouldn't
want to
either.
arm wrestle a 200-pound man.
No.
Yeah.
It'd have to be, yeah.
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 You'd have to make, you know, like the UFC does, right?
Yes.
Well,
Do you
Yes.
watch UFC?
I do watch UFC.
There you go.
UFC is going to be here. It's June. It's in
12th.
June. Yes. And I think I'm going to go to that. And I'm also going to the McGregor fight, July
Oh.
10th. Yes.
July 10th. That's in Vegas, right?
It is.
Okay.
nice.
Yes. I have not been to Vegas since Vegas has been open. So,
Yeah. I was wondering this last time. So this last fight this past weekend
Dallas.
was for the lightweight title. But they put number 3 against number 4. So they totally bypassed Poirier because obviously he's fighting McGregor in July, right?
Yes.
But then totally overlooked Gaethje too. You know, he's an Arizona boy,
I think
if you know
political.
that.
You
Yeah.
know,
Well, I
so I
think-
mean, sometimes, and sometimes maybe fighters aren't mentally ready or there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
maybe there's a conversation like we don't see happen,
Right.
and they just decide that they don't want to do that fight right then and there. Because I think for fighting, it's such a preparation for them that they have to be at that right state of mind to be in that ring and ready to go.
Yeah. No, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well,
I think
Dana
Gaethje
White,
will get there
Dana
someday.
White, get it together. Come on, we're calling you
Yeah,
out.
right.
We're calling you out, Dana.
Dana. Oh yeah.
Wait till you get here. You're going down. I'll arm
You're
wrestle
gonna have to
him.
tag him.
I will arm wrestle him.
Oh, there you
Be
go.
like, Dana, come on, let's arm wrestle.
He's a big dude.
Is he?
He's a
Yeah, he's a pretty big dude.
How much do you think he weighs?
I don't know, but his arms look about like
Does
what,
he?
19 inches?
It's like double my weight.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He's a big guy for sure. Anyway, we're kind of going backwards here.
Yes,
aren't
Yeah.
we? Oh gosh. Well, thank you so much for being in here, Lori.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great
well, thank
show.
Totally
you.
appreciate it.
Thank
a lot
you
of
for having me.
energy in the room.
Yes.
It's nice. Oh, nice. All right.
Fun.
Well, thank you so much. And agents, until next time, see you later.
Bye.
Adios.
All right. Awesome. Good job.